We're tackling something that seems small, but causes some of the biggest problems in communication.
We're talking about English prepositions.
Yeah. Those tiny little words in, on, to, for,
Yeah.
they're like linguistic gremlins, you know?
Huh, they really are. Get one wrong and the whole meaning of your sentence gets muddy. Doesn't matter if you're talking to a client or just writing a memo.
Absolutely. Just instantly clouds what you're trying to say.
So if you're aiming for that crystal clarity, prepositions are like the hidden tripwire you have to watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
Our source for this deep dive is fantastic, though. It's a series of excerpts from Mastering Prepositions, a guide to English clarity.
And our mission today is pretty surgical. We're not just going to tell you to memorize a bunch of rules. That never works. We're pulling out the actual structural patterns from that guide. The goal is to give you a kind of framework, so when you run into a problem, you don't have to guess. You just apply the rule and, fix it fast.
And that's the key difference, isn't it? These words are all about conveying precise relationships. Location, time, direction, purpose.
Yes.
We're trying to get beyond the old grammar class approach and into a system you can apply on the fly. As the guide says, if you master the relationship, the word basically chooses itself.
It's about finding conceptual anchors.
Yeah.
If you can visualize what you're trying to say, the preposition becomes a logical choice, not just some random word you have to remember.
Okay, let's unpack that right now. Let's start with what has to be the biggest offender, the one that trips everyone up. The locational triangle. In, on, and at.
The big three.
Yeah. They feel so interchangeable sometimes, but they actually map onto these really clear, distinct physical ideas.
They really do. I like to think of them as defining spatial boundaries. You're sort of moving from the biggest, most enclosed space down to a very specific point.
So let's take the first anchor. In. The guide says this is for any enclosed space. It means you're surrounded by something. It could be walls, a container, even like the limits of a city.
The classic example is, I am in the room. You are physically inside the boundaries.
The image you should have in your head is a box. You are in the box.
Exactly. Now contrast that with on. On is purely about a surface. It means there's contact, but there's no enclosure around you.
So it's the lid of the box, not the box itself.
Perfect analogy. The book is on the table. It's resting right there on that flat plane.
And that leaves us with at.
At is the pinprick on the map. It's the most specific of the three. It locates you at a single defined point in space, usually a destination or some kind of functional marker.
Like, I am at the bus stop. You aren't necessarily in the little shelter, but you're at that specific designated spot.
Exactly. So the logic is all about that physical relationship.
Yeah.
Enclosure, surface, or a single point. If you can identify that, you know which word to use.
But, okay, here's where I think we need to dig a little deeper. Because this is the question that always comes up.
I think I know where you're going with this.